The Astros are back at Minute Maid for a 6-game homestand that starts tonight against the San Francisco Giants. Matt Cain has been perfect this year as he looks to keep the Giants in the playoff race. Bud Norris returns to familiar surroundings where he has pitched well this season. So grab the burgers and sit back and relax. Astros baseball is next on Fox Sports Houston. Live from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, Fox Sports Houston brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight it's game 1 of a 3-game series between the contending San Francisco Giants in first place in their division and the Houston Astros. Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Jim Deshaies. The Astros can play spoilers tonight, but they face Matt Cain with Bud Norris going for Houston, JD.
And Matt Cain, of course, who authored the perfect game against the Astros earlier this year, having an outstanding season. He's 13-5 with a 2.83 earned run average. Bud Norris going through this long losing streak, now at 5-11 with a 5.19 ERA. Threw the ball well last time out in St. Louis, and he's been really good here at Minute Maid Park this year.
Coming up from Minute Maid with the Astros returning home for the first of a 6-game homestand. They do so with Jimmy Paredes putting on the Astros uniform. Just called up from Oklahoma City. He's the new right fielder. We'll see Jimmy batting second behind Jose Altuve tonight. The game comes your way next.
Today. We're back in Minute Maid Park as you take a look at Heroes Alley out in left field. On the field, the Astros have just taken it for game 1 of this series with the San Francisco Giants. Greg Lucas down on the field to call the action upstairs. Bill Brown and Jim Deshaies.
Thank you, Greg. First of 3 between these clubs. The Astros have made 2 trips to San Francisco. Finally, the Giants come to Houston. They've lost 2 in a row. Here is their Hyundai starting lineup for Bruce Bochy, the former Astros starting catcher from time to time. Angel Pagan is the center fielder. It's Marco Scutaro at second base. Pablo Sandoval at third base. The cleanup man is catcher Buster Posey. Former Astro Hunter Pence is in right field. It's Brandon Belt at first base. Gregor Blanco, who made that fabulous catch in the Matt Cain perfect game in left field. It's Brandon Crawford at shortstop, and Matt Cain is on the mound.
Well, Bud Norris will take his 3rd shot at trying to beat the Giants this year. On Wednesday, he lost to the Cardinals despite a solid effort. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs allowed in that game. He had a walk and a strikeout. Defensively, the Astros have a new look in the outfield. The new look is named Jimmy Paredes. He's out there in right field. The first time he's played in the outfield as a big leaguer. Barnes and Martinez center left. Gonzalez, Green, Altuve, Wallace around the infield with Jason Castro behind the plate. Important to get those seeds open before the first pitch. Good solid move. Load up. Ready to rock and roll.
Well, the Giants have been rough on the Astros. They've won 5 of 6 from Houston. And Angel Pagan has really been a stalwart for them lately as the leadoff guy. His stats have been strong for the last few weeks. Since the 3rd of August, he's hit .358 with a .418 on base average. Pagan takes the first pitch. It is good for strike 1 for Bud Norris. Giants are 8th in the league in runs scored, but as JD mentioned, in recent weeks they have ranked much higher than that. And without a whole lot from Hunter Pence and without Melky Cabrera, who leads the league in batting average right now, but he's serving a 50-game suspension. They could bring him back for the playoffs once that suspension has been served. That could be interesting. Foul ball, and it's 0-2.
And Giants have scored 210 runs in the second half in 42 ball games. That's the most in the National League. They've been a pretty good road club all year offensively. They struggle in their own ballpark to score. But it's really going to be an interesting race with the Dodgers loading up the way they have, and then the Giants losing Melky Cabrera, to see whether the Giants can hang in there and hold off the Dodgers.
Ground bar line drive that's foul outside the first base line. Tim Welke's the home plate umpire with Paul Schreiber, Mike Everett, and Elias Diaz on this crew. And there's the first base umpire Paul Schreiber with that call. They wind up with a baseball, and the count's 0-2 on Pagan. Pagan's hitting .347 in August. That's the 8th best average in the National League this month.
With Cabrera down, others are going to have to step up. Pagan's doing his piece.
Came from the New York Mets. Hits that one in the air to left center field. Brandon Barnes over, and it's out number 1 for Bud Norris. Marco Scutaro will be next, and he has joined this Giant club since these 2 teams last played. And Scutaro, a 36-year-old who played with the Boston Red Sox, was with the Colorado Rockies earlier this season. Had a good series, in fact, in Colorado against the Astros. .284, 6 homers, 49 runs batted in for Scutaro. Looks at ball 1 from Norris. Norris trying to beat the Giants for the first time in his career. The Northern California native 0-2 with a 4.41 ERA and 3 starts against them.
All 3 of those starts came in San Francisco. This is the first time he's faced the Giants here at Minute Maid Park. Once last year, twice this year. Pitched a dandy out there last August.
Shot into right field. A 1-out single for Scutaro.
Matter of fact, exactly a year ago today, Bud pitched 7 innings of 3-hit baseball out there, punched out 10. Got a no decision. Scutaro hitting 320 something since joining the Giants, so he's been a big part of their second half run.
Yeah, the guys at the top of the order have done a nice job setting the table. Pablo Sandoval, the third baseman, had .288 with 8 homers, 42 runs batted in. A free swinger. Sandoval went 2 for 16 on the Giants homestand. He's 0 for his last 11. He missed 18 games with a strained left hamstring, and since being reinstated from the disabled list, in 14 games he's hit .227, but he's driven in 10 runs. Sandoval, a switch hitter, who's hit well against the Astros. Looks at ball 1. Sandoval is hitting .287 as a left-handed batter, .289 right-handed. Norris missing there, and the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes with Buster Posey on deck.
Sandoval, one of those nose to toes hitters. He'll swing at a lot of pitches out of the zone. He's capable of doing some damage on bad balls. And he likes hitting here.
Ooh, 354 at Minute Maid. Throw goes over on Scudero. The Giants are 5th in steals with 94. Even though they've averaged for the season 4.3 runs per game, in August it's 5.4. It's 2-1 to Sandoval and Bruce Bochy's club after splitting a 4-game series at home with Atlanta, opening the road trip.
Good life on that two-seamer. Threw it right by the Panda.
Enos Cabell and Dwayne Kuiper were talking about working their own hit and runs on 2-1 counts. 3-1. When they were teammates, Kuiper led off and Cabell hit second. And they said, we had this deal and it was automatic. If the count was 1-0 or 2-1, it was a hit and run play. No signs.
Yeah, just go and I'll hit.
The manager just let them do their own thing. Throw goes over to first. Bit of a wide throw from Bud Norris. Giants have a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers, who have remade their club with that huge trade with the Red Sox. Now it's going to be really interesting to see who makes the playoffs from the NL West. Runner going. And the pitch was ball 4. Sandoval coaxes the walk. And Scudero moving. And Buster Posey has runners at first and second with 1 out.
Yeah, Castro went through with the throw. He didn't get the call early enough from Welke, and it looked like a strike. It's possible that Jason, coming out of his crouch to make the throw, interfered a little bit with Welke, the home plate umpire, but pretty good looking pitch. Well, you know, when you look at the Dodgers and the Giants, you have to be impressed with what the Dodgers have done. Personnel they've added to their club. The advantage the Giants have is a much easier schedule the rest of the way. They really could be a difference maker.
Strike to Posey on the slider.
Most clubs in baseball now, between now and the end of the year, have a lot of games within the division. That's the case between the Dodgers and the Giants. But Dodgers have a series with the Cardinals, one with the Nationals, one with Cincinnati remaining.
Posey looks at ball 1-1. He is quite a threat right now. Posey has hit .404 in 38 games since the All-Star break. Buster's walked 56 times. He knows the strike zone well, and he hits with authority. Scudero at second, Sandoval at first with a 1-1 count. That time he checked the swing on appeal to Paul Schreiber, and it's 2-1. Could be a big call. Posey, the first round pick in 08. Florida Stater won the Golden Spikes Award in 08 and the Dick Howser Trophy that year. He takes, and it's 2-2 for Bud Norris.
It could end up with an MVP award this year the way he's going. 940 OPS, third best in the National League, doing it while playing a very demanding position on a team that's in the hunt.
Big 2-2 pitch coming here for Bud right out of the chute. Fly ball out to right center field. Barnes going for it. Paredes in position. He makes the catch and the runners hold. On out number 2. Paredes has been taking fly balls in center field in pregame drills at Oklahoma City, but the Astros want to make him a corner man for the rest of this year.
A little less demanding to play right field as opposed to center field, and I imagine they've told him, look, just go out there and catch the ball. Make sure you hit the cutoff man when you throw it back in. Don't try to do anything spectacular. You're new to the position.
Now with 2 outs, it's Hunter Pence, 214 with the Giants in 25 games. 1 homer, 16 runs batted in, a low 266 on base percentage. Far from the normal Hunter Pence numbers. He's had 98 at-bats in a Giants uniform. He takes strike 1. Pence is 1 for 3 against Norris in his career. Overall, as you see in his career, 132 homers, 487 runs batted in, and a 288 average for Hunter. He picked up the pace, though, during the 4-game homestand, going 5 for 15. Hunter hits the fastball. There's a diving play. Altuve from his knees pulls off a spectacular effort to end the top of the first inning. With no runs a hit and 2 men left, and it's Giants nothing. Astros coming up. Nothing ball game. We go to the bottom of the first in the Hyundai starting lineup for the Houston Astros. And Tony DeFrancesco, Jose Altuve second base, Jimmy Paredes right field, Brett Wallace first base, Jason Castro catcher, Tyler Green shortstop, Fernando Martinez left field, Marwin Gonzalez third base, Brandon Barnes center field, Bud Norris pitcher.
13-5 is Matt Cain with a 2.83 ERA. He had that perfect game, of course, against the Astros back in June. Here at Minute Maid Park, he is 0-2 though with a 6.52 earned run average.
Jose Altuve got a day off in New York, and he admitted he needed it. He gets a first pitch curve, and it's ball 1 from Matt Cain. Altuve did come in as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning on Sunday. Got an infield hit, stole a base, scored a run to tie the game 1-1. The Astros losing it 2-1 in the 9th. That fastball is in the air on the right side of the infield, and caught by Scudero, 1 out.
Well, let's take it back to that game in June. Matt Cain, perfect at AT&T Park against the Astros, had everything working, including a really good Cracker Blanco, who made the play of the year out there, leaving his feet to keep the perfect game intact. And then the final play, a ground ball to third base, and you can see the stadium rocking. 14 strikeouts in that perfect game from Matt Cain.
Jimmy Paredes in his return to the Astros with his first major league plate appearance of the year. Lifts that ball 1 high, 318. 13 homers, 59 runs batted in Oklahoma City with a 348 on base average there for Jimmy. And he hits the changeup fair off the glove of Belt and will reach his first hit as an Astro this season. Belt is an excellent glove man, but he did not handle that one cleanly. It got away from him, and Paredes is aboard.
Belt not able to corral it on the backhand side. Astros have a speed threat aboard.
And Paredes with 37 steals at AAA takes his lead. It's ruled an error now on Belt. It's a tough error. He did take 4 or 5 steps to get there. JD could have gone either way.
Yeah, if I'm pitching, I want that play made. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So no hit for Jimmy, and Kane's no hitter is still alive with Brett Wallace batting. And the runner goes. Here's a throw from Posey. It's right there on one bounce, but the throw gets away. It wasn't caught by Brandon Crawford. And Paredes gets a steal right out of the chute. After 37 at AAA, he gets #1 in the big leagues this year.
Run, Jimmy, run.
Jimmy was 5 for 9 as a major leaguer last year. That throw hit him. The pitch was a strike to Wallace.
Kane, a 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, curveball, slider, change. His breaking stuff is really, really good. He has good life on his 4-seam fastball up in the zone. There's a changeup.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Kane actually went into a little bit of a funk after that perfect game. But lately he's been quite good. He's won his last 3 starts.
3-3 lifetime against the Astros with a 3.56 ERA for 9 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wallace.
There's a look at his last 3 outings. 7 innings at least in all 3. And just a couple earned runs. It all adds up to 3-0, 161 for Kane.
Kane is facing Bud Norris for the 3rd time in their careers. Shortstop Crawford darted behind the runner Paredes. Still 1-2.
Jimmy went into panic mode there.
Yeah, he did. Kane was an all-star this year, coming off a win at Los Angeles on Wednesday, in which he allowed the Dodgers 1 run in 7 innings. He's won 3 starts in a row with a 1.61 ERA in those last 3. Beat Bud Norris in San Francisco 3-2 July 15th this year.
Oh, that was funky.
2-2.
His back foot slipped on him trying to make that pitch. And I can see it spin and then kick out on him.
Kane 7-2 on the road with a 3.44 ERA this season. 13 starts on the road. Pitch is up, and it's ball 3 to Wallace. A full count to Brett. Kane was the 25th player drafted in the 2002 draft. He's from Dothan, Illinois. Pitched in the Futures game here at Minute Maid Park in 2004 as a minor leaguer. He gets a strikeout for round number 2.
That's the changeup that was so effective for him in the perfect game against the Astros. Very, very tough pitch to read. Let's take a look now at the Giants defensively. Good coverage in the outfield with Blanco, Pagan, and Pence. Hunter with his 26th game in San Francisco. Sandoval, Crawford, Scudero, Belt on the infield. Crawford's had his problems, especially early in the season. And the all-star Posey's behind the dish.
Jason Castro is the cleanup man for the first time this season. Castro hits one outside the left field line and into the seats for strike 1. Castro with 2 homers, 21 runs batted in, and a .258 batting average. Gave that fan a souvenir. So chance for him to put the Astros on the board here out of the cleanup spot with a big 2-out hit. Tyler Green is on deck. That's another slicing foul ball and out of play again for an 0-2 count. The Astros have won 4 of their last 5 here at Minute Maid Park against the Giants. It's been so tough to score against this Giant staff, and the Astros have managed only 14 runs in 6 games against them with a 151 team batting average. Very low slugging percentage for the Astros hitters against the Giants pitchers, .221. The slugging percentage for the team in 6 games.
Well, a combination of the Giants pitching, which is really good, and all those games being played in San Francisco, which is such a tough hitter's park. That's going to suppress those numbers.
Bruce Bochy's club does not pitch nearly as well on the road with a 4.36 team ERA. But Kane's been one of his best on the road. In the air, and Sandoval goes over into foul territory. Crawford behind him. Sandoval, he's still alive. He lost possession, but Crawford was there to catch it. Welcome to the highlight match.
Oh, wow. Strike up the band.
Sandoval almost did a backflip. Then the ball came shooting out of his glove, and Crawford reacted and caught it on the fly.
He just kept it alive like he was playing hacky sack, only with his glove. Knock it off.
The blue and gold star uniforms return to the playing field Friday, August 31st, when the Astros take on the Cincinnati Reds for another Flashback Friday presented by Methodist Hospital System. Astros great Shane Reynolds will toss out the ceremonial first pitch, and fans can enjoy Friday night fireworks. So root now and get those tickets at Astros.com. Hey, guys, how about the Giants playing a little pepper out there?
A little flip game.
It went from 5 to 6, so they foul pop. That's an unusual scoring. Brandon Belt leads it off here in the second inning. It takes ball 1, 265 for Belt. 4 homers. He's driven in 39. And he has hit well in his career against the Astros, including 3 bombs this year against Houston for Brandon Belt in 6 games.
Yeah, it's bizarre because he's only hit 4 home runs all year. He's a guy with legitimate power. He just has not been able to get the ball out of the ballpark, except for when he faces the Astros.
He lines this one, and Tyler Green takes care of out number 1.
Sharply hit, but Green right there to climb the ladder and make the play. Here, let's go back to this goofy play in foul territory. Great play here, both by Sandoval staying with it, and then Crawford as well, not giving up on the play. It's kind of ironic because the easiest play would have been just to catch it if you were the Panda. He couldn't catch it, but he could. On his way down, managed to flip it into the air and keep it alive for his teammate. It's incredible.
Pandas get bored, JD. Gregor Blanco at 240 with 5 homers, has 31 runs batted in. Bunting here, and it goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gregor Blanco. He made that tremendous catch on Jordan Schaefer's ball in right center in the 7th inning of Kane's perfect game on June 13th. Blanco was in the minor leagues all last year. AAA Omaha, AAA Syracuse. 28 years old from Caracas, Venezuela. Came up with the Atlanta organization, then he was traded to Kansas City 2 years ago. Giants picked him up as a free agent over last winter. Marwin Gonzalez not too far from the third base bag on Blanco, whose bunting skills are pretty well known. Norris gets a swing out of him, and not a good one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's probably his best weapon against left-handed hitters right there. The slider that he really gets on top of, throws it hard, looks like a fastball, and then just has really good depth breaking down and in.
2-2 with Crawford on deck.
It's one of the things Doug Brocail looks for with Norris. If he starts to drift, fly open a little bit, and that arm angle drops down, that slider will have more lateral movement, but it won't have the good downward tilt. Easier for hitters to see that pitch and to lay off of it when it's out of the zone.
Still 2-2 for Bud Norris. 11 of his last 14 starts have been on the road. Trying to snap a career-long 10-game losing streak tonight, but he has 6 quality starts during that streak. He's 3-1 in this ballpark with a 2.18 ERA. He gets a strikeout. Number 1.
All right, back to the slider, a little backdoor this time. It stays on the plate, but it does have that good downward tilt. Yeah, Bud and Lucas Harrell among the league leaders in home ERA. Yeah, well, there it is right there. Minimum of 8 starts, which is exactly what Bud has here. Harrell, Bumgarner, and Norris.
Brandon Crawford comes up, the number 8 hitter, the shortstop. And strike 1 to Crawford. 246 is his average. He's hit 4 homers. He's driven in 40. Brandon from Mountain View, California. Went to UCLA. Crawford's hit .354 in his last 15 games. He has a 1-1 count. Matt Cain on deck. Altuve to his left. Over to Wallace. It's a 1-2-3 second for Bud Norris and a scoreless game.
Palmer in Brazil, here's something we want you to do. You're watching tonight. We want you to email the booth because tomorrow on Astros Live Pregame, Ronnie and JD will answer questions. Just go to foxsportshouston.com, then go to the Astros logo, get to the Astros site, then link to Fox Sports Game Connect. Ask the broadcast team, you link on there, and you do it right there. We want to hear from all of you, not just William Palmer, big Astros fan who is a exchange student watching tonight in Brazil. Guys?
Glad to have you aboard, William. Tyler Green looks at ball one. 227, 7 homers, 24 runs batted in for Tyler Green. He's 1 for 3 lifetime against Matt Cain. He's hit 260 as an Astro. Tight slider there makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tyler hit 105 on the road trip to St. Louis and New York, going 2 for 19 with a homer.
Having a hard time recognizing that little baby slider that Cain's throwing. Little, just essentially a cut fastball. Late movement. You watch it just slide off the outside edge.
Oh, it sure does.
Got him set up to come hard in here. We'll see. No, they're going to go curveball.
In the dirt. Right-handed hitters are hitting only 195 against Cain. Cain shooting for win number 14 of the year. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Vogelsong has an ERA of 2.90, just slightly higher than Cain's. Madison Bumgarner 2.93. That's strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Cain.
Yeah, the real weak link for the Giants rotation this year has been Tim Lincecum, 2-time Cy Young Award winner. Just been a season of fits and starts, and after all those sliders, Green not ready for the fastball, and Cain slips it right by him at the knees. In this series, the Astros will see Barry Zito tomorrow, the veteran lefty, and then Vogelsong in the finale of the series on Thursday.
Strike 2, Fernando Martinez, a 173 hitter with 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. Lincecum is 7 and 14 with a 5.30 earned run average right now. Fernando fouls it back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
I sure hope he gets back to where he was, because he was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not for the hitters, but he was fun to watch pitch.
Fernando hit 267 on the road trip, 4 for 15. Coming in for more playing time now in left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He figures to get a fair number of at-bats if he stays healthy in September. He's had 52 at-bats so far for the Astros. Hit well at AAA. It's 2-2. He's one of those guys, and talking before the game around the batting cage about Fernando, you get these comments, and we've seen it, JD, about his power to left center and right center field. Ivan Berklio talked about that, and just, you know, a lot of times with a guy like Fernando, he needs the consistent at bats to be able to relax a little bit and do what he can do.
Yeah, he certainly is strong enough.
Hit 314 with 13 homers at Oklahoma City. It's 3-2 now. He's walked only once.
Right. And that's the rub, right? With so many young hitters, if you don't walk in the minor leagues, you don't prove that you're going to have that plate discipline. You come up here, the pitchers here are better and better able to exploit those holes.
Fernando's 23 years old. He's had just about 150 major league at bats in his career.
Spent a couple of years atop the New York Mets prospect list. He was #1 for a couple of seasons there.
That's strikeout number 3. Marwin Gonzalez follows. Marwin playing third base again tonight at 234, has 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. He had a couple of hits, and they were both doubles starting at second base on Sunday. when Altuve took a rest. There's ball one to Marwin. Big game for him as he drove in the tying run in the top of the 9th inning. Then he was thrown out at the plate. And the Astros lost a tough one 2-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giants have a pretty good road record, 34-29. 2 balls and a strike. And you talked about remaining games for the NL West contenders. The Giants are 7-5 against the Dodgers. They're 4-5 against Arizona. So those remaining Giant Dodger games could really be big for the fans, huh?
Season ends in L.A. 3-game series between the Giants and L.A.
You can mark down 3 sellouts as of now anyway. 3 balls and a strike. So let's check where they are. 2.5 game lead for the Giants. Arizona's fallen 7.5 off the pace. Meanwhile, in the wild card, it's Atlanta, St. Louis right now. And then LA is fallen 4 behind. Fly ball. The shortstop Crawford gets out and now looks for help. And it's caught by Blanco. It's a 1-2-3 second for Kane and a scoreless game in Houston.
Birthday girl, Donna Mowry. Can I tell the folks at home how old you are?
Yeah.
It's okay? I have to ask to make sure.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
She's 75 today and has come all the way in from near Austin to take in an Astros game for her birthday with her family. You having fun?
I'm having a good time.
What's the best thing about this birthday gift?
I'm just sharing it with my family and friends.
Yeah?
Yes.
How often do you get into Houston?
Not very often.
But you used to live here, right?
I did. Yeah. All my life.
And you guys introduce your family here.
This is my husband, Paul, of 55 years.
Okay.
My son, Steve Mowry.
Okay.
We won't tell his name. And our good friend, Jim.
Okay. And Steve, is it, played Little League ball with Kevin Eschenfelder?
Absolutely.
Yes. And Paul, you were the coach of that team? And I guess you went to all the games?
Yes.
Give us a little scouting report on Esch.
No, we don't tell it. He's from a good family.
Come on.
He's a fine guy.
All stick, no glove. That's what I keep hearing.
No. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Well, yeah, he's a good guy. Player, he's like, yeah, okay, all right. Well, listen, Donna, thanks for being with us. You are the progressive fan of the game. Happy birthday, and welcome back to Houston.
Thank you.
You guys enjoy the game? Brownie, back up to you.
Thanks, Barb. Matt Cain striking out on that 1-2 pitch from Bud Norris for strikeout number 2. You know, Kevin Eschenfelder, who played Little League ball with that guy, has been mistaken for Roy Oswalt here in the ballpark, JD.
Really?
Yeah. Just heard that tonight. Angel Pagan led off the game.
That's going to start a lot of rumors. Roy cleared waivers.
Well, Roy, apparently, according to the reports, did clear waivers, and the Rangers are shopping him to teams like the Dodgers and the Nationals. Pagan tried to bunt his way on, fouled it for strike one. Scudero's on deck. So Oswalt could be moving on, and he had a quote online saying, well, it's out of my control. And the deadline for getting players eligible for those playoff rosters is the 31st. No balls, 2 strikes, so there might be some deals here in the remaining days of August to try to acquire a player who could help out in the postseason. Busy August for deals. Can't remember an August deal like the Dodger Red Sox deal. For that matter, about any time of year, JD.
No, that was just you know, an interesting set of circumstances where the Red Sox decided to back up the truck and basically reset things in that organization, and the Dodgers were looking to bring in as much talent as possible and willing to spend a lot of money. It was a perfect storm.
It was,
including a number of clubs that passed on Adrian Gonzalez making a waiver claim, opted not to claim him, so he was there when the Dodgers were up.
The Dodgers very happily welcoming Adrian Gonzalez. There should be a big draw in Southern California. Now back up. Patrick Saunders wrote of that trade. It was the biggest deal since Secretary of State William Seward purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million in 1867. That worked out to 2 cents an acre. And it was ridiculed in Congress as Seward's folly. In the dirt.
So what's it going to be called in L.A. 4 years from now if it blows up?
Coletti's
calamity.
Colossal blunder. Yeah.
Coletti's calamity.
Listen to this. Adrian Gonzalez, and then Carl Crawford, who's injured, Tommy John surgery, Matt Kemp, and Andre Ethier. Those 4 will be making $85 million a year. Fly ball up the right field line, headed for foul territory, and it stays fair. And Pagan is around second, heading for third, as the throw is not relayed. A triple for Pagan. It didn't hook foul. It stayed fair into that right field corner, and that is his 10th triple of the year.
Looked like an off-speed pitch down and in, and he just lashes it into the corner.
Well, that should be a double.
That should be a double, and
yeah.
Jimmy Paredes is in making that case, and the umpires are going to confer.
Yeah, that bounced out of play. Like it hit the foul screen above the yellow line atop the fence, so he'll be brought back to second. Double for Pagan. So forget about the 10th triple. It's the 28th double.
Well, you never mark your scorebook.
Oops.
Prematurely.
You're right.
Hesitate a beat.
Good idea.
Pagan continues to do his good work at the top of the order here for the Giants. You see it there jumping up, clanging off the foul pole.
Could be a meaningful call.
Yes, but you may feel like he wants to claim those 90 feet anyway, so you got to keep an eye on him. He might try to steal that bag.
That's a point. He has 21 steals in 28 tries.
This would be the time to try to steal third base with 1 out in the inning.
Scudero's the batter. There you see leaving the field of play. It goes above the yellow line, hits the base of that foul screen, and kicks back. Scudero single to right in the first inning. Slider for strike one.
How does that deal compare to the Louisiana Purchase? Any numbers on that?
No. We don't have any numbers on that, but it's a fair question. Old Thomas Jefferson pulled off a pretty good one there, too. No balls, 2 strikes. Good point, JD, to give us some historical perspective on this trade. Acquiring massive quantities of land as opposed to players.
Manifest destiny in Los Angeles these days.
He's not biting, and it's 1-2 to Scutaro. Corpus Christi manager Keith Bodie was named the Texas League Manager of the Year today. Hooks are headed to the playoffs with a 78-55 record. He's their first Manager of the Year since '06 when Dave Clark won Manager of the Year for Corpus. Congrats to Keith Bodie. 4 Hooks were named to the postseason All-Star team. Jose Martinez, Austin Waits, Jonathan Singleton, and Jason Stoffel.
Keith Bodie, like Tony D, has managed a long time in the minor leagues.
Oh, he has. Very good at it. This is his 5th year in the Texas League. 16 years as a manager in the minors. Fly ball to right. Paredes comes in. Altuve out. Paredes there. Oh, and a throwback to second on out number 2.
Paredes with the center fielder speed, playing a corner outfield position, and he was shallowed up on Scutaro with 2 strikes. So good job, and then trying to unload to double off Pagan, not able to get him, but nice play here by Paredes. Coming that hard, it's difficult to get under control before making that throw.
You just saw his good athletic ability there to put on that burst of speed. Now Sandoval, he walked in the first inning, only his 24th of the year. Sandoval looks at ball 1. From what we were hearing, Melky Cabrera, when he was informed that he was caught on the drug test, just left the Giants clubhouse and didn't even speak to his teammates. Fly ball at the end of the bat goes out of play. 1-1. Ironically, Cabrera could win the batting title. He's in the lead right now. 1 point ahead of Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates. And Cabrera needs 1 more plate appearance to qualify for the batting title. And the rule is statistically he can be given an 0 for 1 to give him that 502nd plate appearance. And that is his final average for the year. One and 2. You know, a lot of people think McCutchen's going to have a hard time catching him now because teams are going to be pitching McCutchen very tough down the stretch.
They've been pitching him tough all year, and he's had a heck of a year.
They have. Yeah, he's tailed off recently, but sitting on 346, a lot of players wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, it's tough to beat. I mean, Cabrera would love to have the chance to see his average go down because he's not. His team's in a pennant race, and he's sitting at home.
Still a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Cardinals in Pittsburgh for a big series, and the Pirates all over St. Louis tonight. It's 8-0. Oh, clowns. Don't you guys have school tomorrow?
Very colorful group with the hair tonight in the crowd.
Must be a birthday party or something.
Must be. Saw the pink hair on those girls earlier. Sandoval on appeal checked his swing. Norris was headed for the dugout. He flexed at the knees. 2-2 now. He really wanted that call.
McCutchen 2 for 4 tonight so far, so he's right at 346. Pedro Alvarez is having a monster night. 2 home runs, 4 for 4.
Ooh.
Beating up on Jake Westbrook, who the Astros knocked around back in St. Louis on the road trip.
James McDonald going for the Pirates. Strikeout, and Sandoval is retired to end the top of the 3rd with no runs, a hit, and a man left, and no score.
history. It was on this date in 1998 that Houston upped its division lead to 7 as Randy Johnson struck out 16 in a 2-0 win over the Cubs. Wow. That was this moment in history brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center. Also, something happened today that's not recognized in modern baseball because Jim DeShays holds the modern baseball record. But Mickey Welch of the New York Gothams in 1884 struck out the first 9 Cleveland Blues hitters to face him. But that's not the record because that was 1884. JD has it.
We don't count that.
And then bailed over to catch the Brandon Barnes pop-up. And that's out number 1. And then Belt from Nacogdoches, Texas, has his rooting section here tonight. Now it's Bud Norris coming up. Yeah, that's not modern day.
Yeah, anytime it's the Gothams and the Blues, we're not going to count it. I thought Mickey Welch was with Cleveland Spiders when that happened.
Bud Norris with 5 hits and 39 at-bats has a 128 average.
Mickey Welch never played for the Cleveland Spiders.
No?
Who knew? You think you know a guy.
Strike 1 to Norris.
Mickey Welch had 64 complete games for the 1880 Trojans. Whoever they were.
Never heard of them. Broken bat. Humpback liner caught by Scudero. 2 outs. Our Brown Hand Center. Great hands of the game coming your way now. Showing you Jose Altuve with that diving play to his left. Making that throw over to get Hunter Pence to end the first inning with 2 men on.
Little guy can play. He's not just a hit machine. He can flash that leather.
Yes. Now he comes around for the second time. He popped a second, leading off the Astros first inning. Jose tied for 8th in hits in the league. And there's strike 1. Backhanded Sandoval. A good play to Belt to end the 3rd inning. And it's only a 5-pitch inning, too, for Matt Cain to keep the game scoreless through 3.
Astros and Giants. Come out to Minute Maid Park Saturday, September 1st before the 6:05 game against the Reds as the first 10,000 fans will receive a Jeff Kent Greatest Moments bobblehead presented by Methodist Hospital System. The bobblehead commemorates his 2004 Game 5 NLCS walk-off home run. Be here for that game by going to Astros.com and getting your tickets. Get here early to get your Jeff Kent bobblehead. we keep commemorating all these great moments with bobbleheads, guys. 2004, but it doesn't seem that long ago.
No.
You know?
Those years have
It's
flown
unbelievable.
by.
No,
It really
yes.
is.
In some respects, it seems like yesterday.
Buster Posey leading it off in a 0-0 game. 2 hits for the Giants, none for the Astros. It's all 1 to Posey.
That'd be cool if that bobblehead, if you pushed a button and JK's helmet flew off.
Oh. Now you're getting sophisticated.
Or if it had one of those strings and you pull it, but it doesn't say anything. You know, just the string recoils all the way back in, and there's nothing comes out.
We could probably work that up.
All the little kids will be at home. It's broken. You just keep pulling the string. You won't talk.
No, it's not broken. 55 pitches for Bud Norris and a 2-1 count here on Posey. Well, they've had those talking broadcaster bobbleheads, right?
Just let him hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here's money. Tim Welke wasn't given that low one earlier. That's a strike.
That is a ball.
3-2. Got a little flinch out of Tim anyway.
Yep.
We'll see where this one ends up. Norris a little frustrated, spinning around out there in the mound. Thought he had him finished off, doing the strikeout walk-off thing.
Box tracks would agree. Fly ball out to left center field. Martinez over. 1 down. Phillies lead the Mets 5-4 after 5. Howard and Chase Utley have gone deep. There's Martinez.
Had to change course there. Thought that ball was hit a little firmer than it actually was. Ultimately able to put it away.
Now Hunter Pence. Altuve made that outstanding diving play to get him with 2 men on to end the top of the 1st inning. There's strike 1 to Hunter, who was the Astros' 2nd-round draft choice in 04. That was the Astros' first pick in that 04 draft from Fort Worth, UT Arlington. It's 1-1. Last year, when Hunter was traded to the Phillies in July, for 3 players, he hit 22 homers, drove in 97 runs, wound up hitting .314. Smacks this one a long way to left field. Martinez back, watching that one kick off the bullpen fence, and that's a double for Hunter Pence. 23rd double of the year. Hit number 3 for the Giants. 2 have been doubles.
Fastball out over the heart of the plate. Pence has got to be jacked up to be back here in Houston playing.
Yeah. He's on with 1 out, and Brandon Belt comes up. Belt hit that line drive, and Tyler Green went up to snag it. Hit home runs in all 3 games of the first series for the Astros in San Francisco this year in mid-June. And they all came against left-handed pitchers, Wesley Wright, Jay Happ, and Wandy Rodriguez. Strike 1 to Belt, who's 24 years old. He went to University of Texas after being drafted as a pitcher by Boston out of high school. One ball, 1 strike. Belt was a 5th-round pick in the 09 draft.
Strong pull on the infield. Altuve swung around toward the line.
It goes to left center, and a long run here for Barnes. Excellent play. Got a nice jump, and it's out number 2.
You get an idea of how strong Belt is with that swing there. It was kind of just a 3/4 swing, and able to drive this ball pretty deep to left center field. Nice play by Barnes.
2 outs for Gregor Blanco.
Belt's still pretty raw, but he's worth keeping an eye on. He might turn into a 30 home run guy.
Blanco struck out in the second inning. He hit a home run in San Francisco against the Astros in that big series. And in fact, in the Kane perfect game, he hit that homer and then made the tremendous catch we talked about earlier. Gregor Blanco was a big part of Matt Cain's perfecto. Rips that one foul. Guillermo Mota has returned from his 100-game suspension, and he has been activated for this game in the Giant bullpen. He's taking the place of Jeremy Affeldt, one of 3 left-handers in the bullpen, who's away on paternity leave.
They have 3 left-handers away on paternity leave?
No.
Just he's one of 3.
He's one of 3 left-handers.
Wow. Yeah. I was going to say, that's amazing.
That would be weird.
To have 3 guys away on paternity leave would be something, but 3 lefties out of the pen.
Yeah.
There would have to be a story.
There would be a story. Tony DeFrancesco watching the excellent work of Bud Norris. The Astros 1-6 since Tony took over. Blanco swings at it. Here's Castro's throw to first to complete the strikeout. That's number 4. It's no runs, a hit, and a man left, and no score after 3.5.
Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. By the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway miles per gallon. And by Mattress Firm. Save money. Sleep happy. And the pitchers are happy with the results they have had so far. No score. Here's Brown.
Jimmy Paredes bunts, and it's foul. There's strike 1. Cain allowed Paredes to reach. Well, he didn't do anything wrong, but it was a ground ball, and it was ruled an error on Belt near the first base line. That's been the only base runner. Paredes then stole second. So that is the man to reach base for Houston. He has an 0-1 count. Bounces this one to Belt. He boxes that one, recovers, and throws in time to Cain to get out number 1.
You know, the next time Paredes comes up there, Brandon Belt's going to be thinking, don't hit it to me. Just hit it somewhere else. Whatever it is, I can't catch the ball when you hit it. Buddy does a nice job recovering. Cain covered. They got him by just a little bit, but Cain looked like he may have rolled his ankle or gotten stepped on.
Oh, yeah.
A little something there. Something.
Their feet came together on the base, so that may have jammed him up a little bit. Hits out number 1 from 3-1, and now it's Brett Wallace. He struck out on a 3-2 count.
The front-running Nationals on the verge of losing their 5th straight ball game. Steven Strasburg got lit up tonight. They're losing 9-0 to the Fish down in Florida.
They should shut him down, JD.
And shut him down.
1 ball,
apparently
1 strike.
there was a big blow up the other day, right? Davey Johnson was overheard screaming at his general manager on the phone in his office.
Yeah. Why don't you come down here and manage these guys then?
I don't know what do you know what the issue, what they were debating, discussing?
Don't know. 1-2.
Team's been winning all year long. They go into the little slide. They're starting to panic.
Well, that date of September 7th or 8th had been tossed around a while back as the date of Strasburg's possible last start of the year. So that's approaching quickly. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned allowed by Strasburg tonight.
Well, that one bounced off something and kicked way out of there.
He got him on the forearm.
Ooh. Ouch.
Maybe not the forearm, maybe the hand.
Yeah, his right hand came out from behind him.
How disastrous would that be for the Giants to lose Posey?
Oh.
After the Cabrera suspension.
Cannot afford to lose.
It's a leg issue. He looked like he twisted. Maybe he's twisted his knee or something.
Yeah, and the
ball, he got hit on the hand of the forearm, but there's something going on with his legs.
Like the ball hit right under his right knee on the chest, on the shin guard. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Three and 2 to Wallace. Baltimore leads the White Sox 5-0. They're in the bottom of 7th in Baltimore. To center field. Pagan back. Climbing up the hill. Extra bases. It sits right there on the hill. He falls down, throwing it back in, but he got rid of it.
Oh, my!
Now there's a collision in the outfield. And it's a double for Wallace. Crawford and Blanco running into each other. All kinds of crazy stuff going on this Wallace double. First Houston hit.
And it starts with an explosive swing of the bat by Brett Wallace, sending Pagan all the way up Tal's Hill. And then from a knee, he just heaves this ball back in toward the infield. And then you've got 2 receivers in the same area. Somebody ran the wrong pattern here. One of those guys should have gone deep. And then they collide. See, that's why the hill is so much fun. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
Usually it's a problem on the hill. This one was after the hill. Wallace gets a double. That's his 6th of the year. Crawford's all banged up. Blanco almost erased him. And a runner at second and 1 out.
So if you had 3 in the no-hitter pool, you're a winner.
Castro fouled out on a crazy play involving Sandoval and Crawford back in the 1st inning. And 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think Blanco was supposed to run a clear out and let Crawford come back underneath the coverage for that one.
Crazy. Crawford was way out there, but then he was going deeper as the center fielder went deeper. Long throw from out there, about 420 feet from home plate. For Pagan, who did his best. High heater makes it 1-2 to Castro.
Kind of reminiscent of that play years ago when Manny Ramirez cut the ball off out in left field. Served as a cutoff man.
Yeah. Castro and Posey. Both players obtained in the 08 draft. Big time college programs. Posey was the 5th player drafted that year. Castro from Stanford was the 10th player drafted that year. It's 2-2 to Jason. Castro's the 12th different Astros player to hit cleanup this year. Blanco heads back into left center field and makes that catch on the run. Wallace back on out number 2. So the Astros getting some pretty good swings in this inning.
That was kind of funky looking. Really put a lot of backspin on this ball and it carried. See the swing. He really throws that top hand, and I didn't think he hit it all that well, but this ball carried nicely for Jason. But Blanco able to make the adjustment and track it down.
Tyler Green comes up. He struck out looking in the second. .52 pitches so far for Kane. He gets a foul ball, strike one with Fernando Martinez on deck.
No doubt the Giants are peeking at the scoreboard these days, and they're going to like what they see out of Denver. The Rockies score 4 in the bottom of the first, lead the Dodgers 4-zip.
Beating Josh Beckett last night.
Capuano giving it up tonight for the Dodgers.
It's 1-1. Oakland 5, Cleveland nothing after 5 in Cleveland. Yankees lead Toronto 2-1 after 7 at New York. That's out into center field, and Pagan will stretch out for it, and Pagan held on. That could have been 1-0 Houston. Tyler Green is robbed by Angel Pagan, who's all over center field in this inning. Sensational catch, and it's no score.
With the Giants, and a couple of lefties will be on the mound. Dallas Keuchel goes for the Astros, making his 12th major league start. 7th here at Minute Maid Park, a 3.18 ERA in his 6 previous starts here at Minute Maid, including a complete game. It will be his first ever appearance against the Giants, and it will start at 6:30 with Astros Live as he will go against the veteran Barry Zito. This has been your Mazda game break. Scoreless, Brownie, thanks to an angel in the outfield.
Oh, yeah, and he's been all over that outfield. Chasing down the double by Wallace, then the diving catch on Green. As they watch, it's 0-0. The Giants come up with Brandon Crawford in the 5th inning. Crawford grounded out earlier. Strike for Bud Norris, who has struck out 4. He's walked 1. Bud trying to win for the first time since May 21st when he beat the Cubs here. After that game, his ERA was 3.14. And after that game in May, for the month of May, he was 4-0 with a 0.35 ERA. And then things started to turn. And it began in L.A. on May 26th. He had a left hip flexor problem there in that game. And then had a knee problem in the San Francisco start June 12th. That was a loss to Madison Bumgarner. Pitched through those and just has not been able to reach the win column since then, despite some good starts along the way. That's his 5th strikeout.
The last time out in St. Louis, he had just the 1 strikeout, and that was fairly atypical. He's still among the best strikeout pitchers in the league. Kind of an off-speed pitch there. Looked like a changeup.
Now it's Matt Cain batting. That's ball 1 to him. Cain pitched the 22nd perfect game in Major League history when he pitched that perfecto against the Astros in San Francisco in June. Foul pop goes out of play.
Could swing it a little bit. About 60 this year with a home run.
Giants are 22-13 against the clubs in the NL Central. It's the 3rd best winning percentage against the Central teams this year. The team outside the division, that is. 1-2 to Cain. He strikes out. That's number 6 for Norris. 73 pitches for Bud so far tonight. Now it's Angel Pagan. He doubled in the 3rd. Giants have hit .328 with men in scoring position in the month of August. That's tied for best in the majors. But tonight they left 2 men on in the 1st inning. They left Pagan on in the 3rd. They left Pence on in the 4th. 1 ball, no strikes to Angel.
Ooh, dandy. Quality changeup here from Norris. Really sells it. And well located on the plate. Diving down below the knees.
Batting helmet came off.
Yeah, everything. His chains are popping off. The guy takes a big swing and misses. Yeah. All kinds of things come unraveled.
Since he moved into the leadoff spot August 3rd, the Giants are 15-8.
His pocket came out, and he's a mess.
He hits a deep drive to right field. He might be making it 1-0. That's a home run for Angel Pagan, number 8 of the season, and it's 1-0 Giants.
Not a mess anymore.
His 2nd extra base hit of the night. It gives him 49 runs batted in. 1-0 Giants.
Yeah. Boy, what a game he's playing. The play in the outfield, and now this. On top of the double, back in the 3rd.
Team in last place in the league in homers. He hits their 79th, and it's a big one to make it 1-0 for Cain. Now there's strike 1 to Scudero, who's 1 for 2. Pagan's 2nd career long ball against the Astros. Into right center field. Scudero's aboard. It's his 2nd single of the night. All started with 2 outs. Sandoval tries to keep it going. Sandoval has walked and he struck out. Pagan delivers the first run of the game. Made the tremendous catch to prevent the Astros from scoring the first run just a few minutes ago on Tyler Green's liner.
Scudero down there at first base. Not a real burner, but he's worth keeping an eye on.
Norris has thrown 79 pitches. He tosses over to first. Texas leads Tampa Bay 1-0. They're in the bottom of the fourth on an Ian Kinsler homer off James Shields. Milwaukee on top of the Cubs 3-1 after 4 at Wrigley. That's ball one upstairs to Sandoval. Kansas City scored early against Justin Verlander and leads 7-6 at home over Detroit in the bottom of the third inning. Verlander has a tremendous career record against the Royals. Tonight he's given up 10 hits and 7 earned runs in 2 innings. Scudero scrambling back. Delman Young hit his 15th for Detroit in that one. And another throw over on Scudero. Dodgers scored in the second, but they trail Colorado 4-1 after 1.5. Bouncer to first right there for Wallace. Out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 man left. Pagan goes deep to make it 1-0 Giants in the 5th. With 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning, we go to the bottom half right after our AT&T trivia question. Since Neil Armstrong walked on the moon on July 21st, 1969, the Astros have had 6 20-game winners. Who are they? I'll give you a moment to think about that. There is strike 1 to Fernando Martinez, leading it off here in the 5th inning. He struck out on a 3-2 pitch in the second. Matt Cain has allowed 1 hit through 4, a double by Brett Wallace. High drive. This could tie it. Fernando Martinez makes it 1-1 with a long home run. Number 2 is an Astro for Fernando. And the Astros play long ball here in the 5th with the Giants. 19th homer surrendered by Cain this season.
There's that strength we were talking about earlier with Fernando Martinez. Stay patient, force the pitcher into the strike zone. He's got a chance to inflict some damage.
That's an upper decker. Out toward right center in the upper deck. Marwin Gonzalez bounces one, and that one is past the diving Scudero into right. A hit for Gonzalez. So it's a similar pattern, homer and single, as to what the Giants did in the top of the inning. But the Astros have done it with nobody out. The Giants did it with 2 outs.
Fernando hit that home run in Wrigley a couple trips ago. Blast to straightaway center field.
Now Sandoval's in on the grass at third with Brandon Barnes, the batter. He fouled out to the first baseman earlier. The pitcher Bud Norris is on deck. Oh, this is thrown away by Kane. And Marwin is going to get to third base with nobody out in the inning on the 2-base throwing error by Matt Kane on a pickoff throw.
And that just drives the manager nuts when stuff like that happens. Got about a 2.5-step lead. Kane throws a good heater over there. Bell can't knock it down. And Marwin Gonzalez gets all the way to third base. It's a guy with 3 stolen bases on the season.
Well, Bruce Bochy brings his infield in. Middle infielder's in halfway. The runner at third, nobody out. Strike 1 to Barnes.
Normally when you think suicide squeeze, that's a 1-out play. But with the pitcher on deck, sometimes you see a manager do it with nobody out. Because if the run doesn't get driven in here, although Bud swings the bat pretty well.
Ground ball, Panda. Checks the runner, throws to first. 1 out.
Brownie, when you first started in this business, did you ever think the words would roll off your tongue? Ground ball, Panda.
No, it didn't seem likely.
Yeah.
That's a colorful nickname, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's one of my favorite.
No, we bemoan the fact that there aren't enough nicknames.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Bud Norris with the infielders in tight. Hit a looping line drive to second earlier.
Giants thinking possible squeeze.
Ground ball, and Bell has it. Takes care of Norris for out number 2. Left his feet to get to that thing before it might snake in between the first and second baseman. So now Kane needs to get Altuve to keep the game tied.
Bell in and off the line, and no chance for Marwin to score.
20 game winners for the Astros since '69. Larry Dierker, Joe Niekro twice, J.R. Richard, Mike Scott. Well, Larry won his in '69, so we need to check on that. Hampton, Lima, and Oswalt, and Neil Armstrong. Larry won 20 games in '69. Altuve, good strike 1. He has popped to second, and he's grounded to third.
Chance to be a hero here. And on third, nobody out, still standing out there.
Technically, Larry did not win 20 games after that date in '69, right? So we're covered.
That's right. We're good.
Okay. 1-1. Paredes on deck. Altuve's been very good with men in scoring position this year. Ground ball to short. Crawford. And in the 5th inning, the Fernando Martinez homer ties this game 1-1. Birthday. Let's take a look at this date in baseball history presented by Subway. In 1993, the Mets signed number 8 pick Kirk Presley, a distant cousin of Elvis. He never gets past A-ball. Jerry Hunsaker, who was at that time with the Mets, passes on Billy Wagner, drafted 12th overall by Houston. That's all right because Jerry was here to reap the benefits of Billy when he joined the Astros as their general manager.
And Wags, also a distant relative of Elvis.
Was he?
Could have been.
Okay.
Kind of spoke the same language.
Yeah, that's true. Buster Posey leads it off in the 6th inning.
Wags had a little Elvis in him.
He did. Strike one. Posey has hit a fly ball to right and another one to left.
Skeeters ought to bring Wagner out of retirement. He was one of the best relief pitchers in baseball last year.
He certainly was. Well, he had been offered a deal by the Braves. They really tried to convince him to come back this season. What animals is he raising?
Alpacas, I think.
Yeah. 1-2, but yeah, he left a legacy behind because he helped to nurture some of the Braves' young relievers like Craig Kimbrell while he was there. Hunter Pence is on deck. Brandon Belt due up 3rd in the inning. High one to left center field, hit very well by Posey. And Buster Posey has banged one off that wall and is in with a double. That's his 29th double. He almost had a home run out to left center.
Yeah, Bud's lucky that one stayed in the yard. That was a hanger, and Posey jumped all over it. See that slider backing up, back into the power of Buster Posey. Three doubles and a home run for the Giants now, and this is a leadoff double for Posey, and Bud's going to have to do some pitching here.
Hunter Pence is up next. He ripped the double in the 4th inning to that same spot in the ballpark after grounding out in the 1st on the excellent play by Altuve with 2 men on. By strike one, the Giants are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position so far.
Hunter hit that ball hard to the right side first time up. Altuve made a heck of a play on him, and I think he convinced himself that after showing that off-field stroke, the Astros are going to come hard in on him because he's been pulling off the ball the last couple at bats. And there again, front side flying open, looking for a fastball in, and Bud just throwing him sliders away. Last time he ultimately did get that fastball and hit it hard. I think anything middle in would be, if you're going to come in hard off the plate. Here's our Fox Tracks. It's brought to you by TxDOT. Drink driving, go to jail. A couple good quality pitches there by Bud to get this AB started.
And he strikes him out.
A good job there of not overthinking the situation. And for Bud and Castro, sometimes you get a couple weak swings at a slider. You say, okay, now I got him set up. Well, sometimes you got a hitter just not seeing the ball well. They can't handle a given pitch, and that was certainly the case in that at bat.
7th strikeout for Norris. Brandon Belt comes up. He lined to short and fly to center. Now Castro has a chat with him. Blanco on deck.
WW warming up in the Astros pen.
Jose Bautista's season is over for Toronto. Left wrist surgery.
He had just gotten back.
That injury stems from a swing on July 16th in New York. Belt to left field. Fernando Martinez right there for out number 2. Now Gregor Blanco, who has struck out twice. Brandon Crawford's on deck. Giants are 25-17 since the All-Star break. They were 5 games out of first place then. They're 2.5 in front of LA in first now. The Dodgers, with all the firepower they acquired, certainly hoping they make a big move. Ball 1 to Blanco.
It's going to be interesting to see how much they get out of Josh Beckett.
Very much so. 2 more years remaining on his contract after this one. Tyler Green plays the one hopper. Quick throw to first, and he gets Blanco. Lead-off double by Posey. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. 1-1 game in the 6th. Jimmy Paredes, and before being called up, he had 161 hits, tied for second in the PCL, 92 runs scored, third in the league, 242 total bases. That was second, and he was tied for first with 37 stolen bases. Making his Astros debut here in 2012 after spending a couple of months with the club last year. He's 0 for 2 in this game, reached on an error, stole a base. Taking ball 1 there. Jimmy has been a shortstop in the Yankees system, moved to second. Then last year he was called up and played third for the Astros. Now moved to the outfield this year. And he was playing second earlier this season, but Jose Altuve has done such a nice job of establishing himself that it doesn't seem there's an opening at that position. So Jimmy's now an outfielder.
I guess if the scenario were a little different and there were talented players, and I don't mean that's not fair, but I mean if there were guys that had established themselves in locked down positions all around the diamond, Freddie's would have a chance to compete and take somebody's job in any number of positions because he is such a good athlete. But Altuve, obviously a very young player, part of the future. Paredes also a young player, and the hope is that he can handle center field.
He flares this one. The shortstop Crawford goes out and over the shoulder. Basket catch. Retires Paredes, who was traded for Lance Berkman in July of 2010. That's out number 1.
That's a tough play for a shortstop because you're peeking up over your head trying to track the ball, knowing full well there's a chance you're going to get a face full of Gregor Blanco. But you have to stay with the play and hope your outfielder yields.
Yeah. Didn't yield last time. Brett Wallace doubled up onto Towles Hill in the 4th inning, but he was stranded at second base after striking out first time. And strike 1 to Wallace. Cubs have finalized a 7-year contract with Starlin Castro. No balls, 2 strikes. Major League Baseball and ESPN agreed on a record 8-year television contract earlier today. It's 1-2 for Wallace. Pirates blasted the Cardinals tonight 9-0. James McDonald with a win. He's 12-6, beating Jake Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't want to make too much out of one game, but that was an important win for the Pirates. Things were trending the wrong way for them, and St. Louis has been playing really well. Cardinals had opened up a 3-game lead over Pittsburgh. Pirates jumped all over Jake Westbrook tonight. Looks like James McDonald has found his stride again. He was really good in the first half, then went into a bit of a funk, but lately he's been throwing it well.
2-2 now. Wandy's going to pitch in that series as well.
Wild card in both leagues is going to be a lot of fun. There are a lot of players still involved.
Up the middle into center. Wallace looked to be a little off balance on that, but he kept his hands back and got his 2nd straight hit in this game.
Changeup's been a go-to pitch for Kane against left-handed hitters. He got Wallace to strike out in the first, but Wally's won the battle the last 2 times. This time he reaches out on that changeup. And delivers a good solid single. Surprised Kane really hasn't pounded hard in much on Brett tonight. That's what most guys do, especially guys with a little giddy up on the heater.
4 hits for Houston. San Francisco has 6. Jason Castro's 0 for 2. He homered off Kane a couple of years ago. Strike to Jason.
Rockies have extended their lead to 5-1 over the Dodgers. In the 4th, this rookie Rosario hit another home run.
Sharp single up the middle, and here's Wallace stopping at second. He took the turn, then looked back, and Pagan was getting to the baseball. So Castro follows Wallace's hit, and it's 1st and 2nd, 1 out for Green.
Another sharp single.
Yeah, Rosario's hit what, 21 homers for the Rockies?
22 now, yeah.
22. Tyler Green hit that ball to left center field, and Pagan laid out for it to rob him in the 4th inning. He is 0 for 2. Good location for Kane, and it's good for strike 1. Kane has been known as something of a tough luck pitcher. In 07, he was 7-16 with a 3.65 ERA. No balls, 2 strikes. Kane shooting for win number 14 tonight. He won 14-09 when he was an all-star for the first time.
These pitchers have gotten tough under duress. Not a single hit allowed with a man in scoring position.
Just off the play, 1 and 2. $80 pitches for Matt Cain. In his career at Minute Maid Park, he's 0-2 with a 6.52 ERA in 4 games.
Way away. Way away.
Yeah. Strikeout number 4. AT&T Uverse brings you this reverse replay. Here's the home run that tied it from Fernando Martinez.
Breaking ball down and in a little bit. Crunched it.
He struck out in the 2nd. Another big situation with 2 on and 2 outs. Strike for Kane. Marwin Gonzalez is on deck. Kane, in fact, came into this season with a losing record as a major league pitcher. 69 and 73 despite an ERA of 3.35. No balls, 2 strikes. This year everything is coordinated much better, to the tune of 13 wins and 5 losses with a 2.83 ERA for him. Martinez strikes out to end the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. 1-1 after 6.
Summer Drive sales event now through September 3rd by AT&T Rethink Possible, and by Coshada Casino Resort, the largest, most exciting casino resort in Louisiana. By the way, some weather over that direction has postponed the Aggies opening football game. They're going to play it later. They're not going to head into Louisiana with the storm heading that direction.
Oh, those poor people. They've been through an awful lot over the years. Now Castro and Norris talk it over. We go to the 7th inning in a 1-1 game. Very fine pitchers duel tonight. Both teams have had some opportunities, but then the pitchers have really stiffened and done their best work with men in scoring position. Brandon Crawford is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Kane is on deck. Pagan is due up third. Pagan's been the big man with a double and a homer for the Giants.
Kane pitched around a man on third, nobody out situation after his errant throw on Marwin over there at first base, and then Bud in the top of the 6th gave up a leadoff double to Posey, but he didn't move.
2-0 for Bud. Delino DeShields, playing at Lancaster, hit 2 triples last night. He stole his 97th base of the season, his 14th with Lancaster. He started at Lexington. Rolled out to Altuve. On over to Wallace. 1 out. And now it's Kane, who has whiffed twice tonight. Ross Seaton pitched 7 shutout innings with no walks and 9 strikeouts for Corpus Christi in a 3-0 win over San Antonio. You saw bullpen action for Houston. Jonathan Singleton had 3 hits. And he has 3 homers now in his last 10 games for the Hooks. Kane takes it for ball 1. Jared Cosart went 5, allowed 1 run for Oklahoma City last night in a 6-1 win over Albuquerque. He's not involved in the decision. Foul ball makes it 1-1. Tony DeFrancesco was asked about September call-ups from AAA Oklahoma City tonight. Will they be called up before the end of their season, which I believe is September 2nd? He said no, probably after that. It's 1-2.
Unless there were a need, why would you?
Right. Well, Justin Maxwell still has a right index finger problem. And the doctors have looked at it. He needs a couple more days. Little tap out to shortstop. Tyler Green. 2 outs. What else is going on in the Astros minor league system? Jared Cosart with that good game last night. Singleton, 389 the last 10. Wojciechowski at Corpus, 2-2 in 7 starts with a 233. David Martinez lighting it up for Lancaster. Carlos Perez, 304 for Lancaster. Bud Norris has set down 5 in a row after that leadoff double by Posey in the 6th inning. Now it's Pagan, who has doubled and homered in 3 trips tonight. Pagan takes ball 1. Ricky Nolasco in Miami shut out Washington 9-0, beating Steven Strasburg. Justin Ruggiano at his 13th homer. The game was in Miami. So a pair of 9-0 whitewashings on the National League slate tonight. Pittsburgh beating St. Louis by that same score. 13,516 is the attendance here tonight. Count running to 2-0 on Pagan. Now time called. Doug Brocail walking out. So Bud giving up the double that hopped over the right field wall to Pagan, his first time up in the 3rd, then the homer in the 5th. Now there's some concern physically about Bud, as Nate Lucero's been asked to come out.
Maybe the blister?
Yeah, it was kind of an unusual time for a mound visit, but Doug Brocail spotted something, and they're looking at that hand. Now Tony DeFrancesco coming out. Yeah, he's had some blister problems. Bullpen has been busy for Houston. It's like a double switch. Tony talking with Tim Welke about that. Pitcher spot is due up 3rd in the bottom of the inning. So Bud's coming out of the game with an apparent blister difficulty here. Score: San Francisco 1, Houston 1. 2 outs, top of the 7th. A 2-0 count on Pagan. Back in a moment.
Kielbasa, and Budweiser is available every Thursday home game, including day after tomorrow, August 30th, against these same Giants. Purchase a loaded ticket that includes a Field Box 2-seat, Astros cap, sausage dog, and value draft beer or soda, all for just $30. To get your tickets, go to astros.com/guys night. For more on the Astros changes in the field, let's go back over to Brownie and JD.
Thank you, Bart. It is a double switch. New left fielder in the game, Brian Bogusevic. And he will be batting in the 9 spot. He'll be due up third in the bottom of the inning. And the new pitcher is Fernando Rodriguez. He's 1-8 with a 5.71 ERA. He will inherit a 2-0 count. So because of that count, if, for instance, Pagan walks, that walk would be charged to Bud Norris. And he's batting in the number 6 spot in the lineup.
If he gets a base hit, he comes around to score, that run would be charged to Fernando.
Yes. So Bud in 6 2/3, allowing 6 hits, 1 run so far with 1 walk and 7 strikeouts.
Very nice job.
14th quality start of the year. Maintains that low home ERA. It was 2.18 coming into this one. And now it's Pagan waiting to face a different right-hander in Fernando. Fernando pitching at New York on Saturday, gave up 1 hit, 1 run in 1/3 of an inning. Did not figure into the decision in that game. Here's strike 1, and it's 2-1 now. Fernando's pitched 3 times against the Giants this season with an ERA of 0 for 2 2/3 innings. Now 3 balls and a strike.
Brett Wallace tight to the line down there at first base, trying to take away an extra base hit from Pagan. Everybody else pretty much straight away. Barrett is deep in right field.
It's 3-2.
95-mile-an-hour heater from Fernando.
Pagan backs out of there. Fernando pitched in back-to-back games in San Francisco, July 14th and 15th. Scoreless ball in both of those, both tight situations. One of them a 2-2 tie in the 11th inning. And that walk puts Pagan on with 2 outs. It is charged to Norris. So Bud's pitching line winds up with 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. 1 run allowed in 6 2/3 innings.
And you know the way things are going for Bud, he's thinking this guy's going to come around and score, and I'm going to get a loss.
Marco Scutaro.
Pagan
2 for 3.
should be looking to run here with Fernando on the mound. He's slow to home plate. Pagan has stolen 21 bases. He's been caught 7 times.
Leaning a little bit, but not going. And that's ball 1. Castro was ready to come out of there and make a throw.
Tony D's not afraid of the pitch out. Done it a number of times already.
Phil Hughes and the Yankees shaded Toronto tonight 2-1, beating Ricky Romero. Romero's season has really come unraveled in the second half. He's 8-12 with an ERA of 5.50. Rafael Soriano got his 34th save. Strike evens the count at 1-1 on Scutaro with Sandoval on deck. Another shutout, this one in Baltimore, found the Orioles knocking off the White Sox 6-0. Chris Tillman going to 7-2, beating Chris Sale. He's 15-5 and a Cy Young candidate with a 2.81 ERA. This one rolls away. Pagan is advancing to second. Pitch was ball 2, and then it rolled away from Castro, giving Pagan the opportunity to move into scoring position. Wild pitch.
Breaking ball in the dirt, and kicks back and through the 5-hole there on Jason, and now the go-ahead run moves into scoring position. Scudero, a tough guy to finish off. He does not strike out very much at all.
He taps that one foul. Breaking pitch, making the count 2-2. Scuderos from Venezuela. A couple of 60 RBI years with Toronto in 08 and 09. Good batting average last year for Boston, 299. Career 270 hitter. One 6-2 for the Giants, 1-5-0 for the Astros.
Be ready to leave your feet in the infield, knock the ball down, don't let it through.
Pagan dancing off second a little bit, and he draws the eye of Fernando and then goes back to second base.
Sometimes you're not really thinking about the base runner in that situation. All of a sudden he'll make a move and it'll get your attention, so you're better off just stepping off and resetting.
Strike 3. Scudero caught looking to end the top of the 7th with no runs, no hits, and a man stranded. And it's still a 1-1 game at 7th inning stretch time. And we'll keep it right here as you see a big pitch to end it. And now have the singing of God Bless America.
Tuesday night edition of God Bless America. Once again, please welcome back the Champion Sisters.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, wide with foam. Oh, God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
And this 7th inning stretch finds the fans enjoying a very good pitching duel. Bud Norris leading the game, and now it's Matt Cain working the bottom of the 7th inning in a 1-1 affair with Marwin Gonzalez taking strike one. Marwin singled to right in the 5th after flying to left in the 2nd inning. Cain's at only 85 pitches. Norris threw 100 in his 6 2/3, allowing 6 hits, 1 run with 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. It's out to left field, and Gregor Blanco tracks it down. 1 down for Cain. Bart.
Thanks, Bill. We want to remind fans one more time about a show that Chevy is proud to present. It's called Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. So join host Emily Rickford each Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on Fox Sports Houston, or go to hometownkids.tv for more information. Back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Bart. 1 down. It's Brandon Barnes batting. Brian Bogusevic on deck. Barnes has fouled out to first, grounded to third. Strike one. No balls, 2 strikes to Barnes.
Giants leave here, go to Chicago to play the Cubs for 3. Bruce Bochy would never say it publicly, but anything less than 5-1 and he'll be very disappointed. And after those games, it's all within the division for the Giants the rest of the way.
Pagan in center. 2 down.
As I mentioned earlier, the Dodgers have series remaining with the Nationals, the Reds, the Cardinals. The schedule really favors the Giants the rest of the way. The Padres have gotten a lot tougher to beat. They've got a lot of games with the Padres coming up as well. San Diego's what, 8 in a row they've won? Yeah. Yep.
This is the Astros' last series against a Western Division team. They have a series coming up with the Phillies here at home mid-September. Everything else within the division for them. There's strike one to Bogusevic. Brian, a 209 hitter with 6 homers, has 23 runs batted in. He's had 320 at bats. He came in the double switch. Lets that one go for ball 1. Giants have their 3, 4, 5 hitters due up in the 8th. The pitch is up, and he checked his swing on appeal to Laz Diaz. That makes it a 2-1 count. Altuve on deck. Bogusevic was 1 for 11 on the last road trip.
Good swing.
2-2.
He's got to lay off that high fastball and force Cain down a little bit. Get it down where he can handle it. Brian has not had many starts lately. He's been relegated to a bench role. And he's been fine off the bench. He's good 4th outfield guy. Good defender, can run. Gives you good AB off the bench.
Now 3-2. If he gets on, he could be running. Astros have managed only 5 hits off Cain. Foul back. 95 pitches for Cain. Of Norris's 168 were strikes. Yadier Molina had to leave the game for the Cardinals after a collision at home plate with Josh Harrison. In tight, ball 4, a 2-out walk puts Bogusevic at first.
Matt Kemp had to leave the ball game tonight in Denver after crashing into a wall.
Altuve's the batter. Bogusevic has 12 steals in 15 attempts. Buster Posey's thrown out 25% of those attempting to steal. Beretta stole back in the 1st inning. Altuve 0 for 3 tonight. Has not gotten the ball out of the infield. He loops one, and that's foul. Belt over. Strike one. Bud Norris left with a blister on his right middle finger. The Astros may go to a 6-man rotation here in September. There's been discussion about that because of the innings load on the guys in their rotation. They may want to curtail that and yet keep them pitching, just giving them an extra day of rest in between starts. Chop toward shortstop. Brandon Crawford takes care of the 7th inning, and we move to the 8th. It's tied at 1. For the remainder of the series are presented by Chevron. Tomorrow night it's a lefty matchup. It's Barry Zito with a 10-8 record. It's Dallas Keuchel. He's 1-6 tomorrow night. 6:30 for Astros Live. Ryan Vogelsong pairs off with Jordan Lyles for the Thursday night game, and that will also be a 7:05 start. Thursday night's game not televised. Wesley Wright is warming up for the Astros. Fernando Rodriguez struck out Marco Scutaro in the 7th after, with a 2-0 count that he inherited, walking Pagan. The walk was in charge to Bud Norris. So now it's Sandoval leading it off in the 8th inning. The 3-4-5 hitters due up. Posey and Pence to follow Sandoval. Sandoval walked in the 1st, then he struck out and grounded out. Ball is close to the line at first. Ball 1 from Fernando Rodriguez. His last 4 outings against the Giants have produced shutout baseball. It's 2-0 now. Wesley Wright gets ready. He was warming up earlier. It's Texas 1, Tampa Bay 0. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Arlington. Ian Kinsler's 4th inning homer holding up. 3 balls, no strikes. Got some Panda fans here.
Nobody out. Panda likely taking all the way here.
Takes strike 1. Sandoval, 26 years old, from Venezuela. Had a big year in 09, hitting .330, 25 homers, 90 runs batted in. Last year he hit .315, 23 homers. Lost 40 pounds in the offseason. Has had hamate bone problems to both hands.
I think he found some of those pounds that he lost.
I think he did rediscover some of those. Pounds have a way of coming back. A lot of folks, JD.
That's right. You can't have a skinny panda. That would be silly.
No, that just makes a metaphor that people don't want to see.
He did not get cheated on that 3-1 heater.
No, he did not. And he strikes out. That's 2 in a row for Fernando Rodriguez.
the easiest way to make a living, fall behind a hitter 3-0 and come all the way back and get him. But Fernando with enough fastball to do that.
Like that. Buster Posey, double to left center in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. And strike one to Posey. What a difference this is for the Giants to have a healthy and productive Posey coming down the stretch, unlike last year when he went down in late May, that left ankle injury and missed the rest of the year. 1-2. The grinding home plate collision with Scott Cousins of Marlins. Posey has come back strong. He's hit in all 5 games, make it 6 including this one tonight against the Astros, in which he's played this year. Posey just 25. Curve comes in for a strike. That makes it 1-2.
Yeah, Posey, rare player. I mean, to get a guy who could catch and handle that job and be as productive as he is offensively, those are hard to come by.
Oh, yes. He lines one toward the right field corner. Paredes over, and he reaches down to snag it. 2 down. Well, you're seeing some of the athleticism. Paredes earlier ran in to make a catch in shallow right field, this time ranging over to his left.
Posey with a good swing here on a fastball out away from him, driving this ball towards the corner and right. Paredes was deep to start with, and that really paid off. As he just slides across and puts that one away.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty safe way to position him, because he can come in on a ball and really cover some ground till he learns the position more. Hunter Pence with strike one. He's 1 for 3. That double to left center in the 4th. Hunter has a very good track record of hitting in this ballpark. 300 batting average, 54 homers here. That breaking pitch takes the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 to Hunter.
Fernando bouncing his curveball out in front of home plate, comes up and hits Jason in the chops, but it's not a bad pitch. Hunter's such an aggressive hitter, a dangerous hitter, but a guy who will chase pitches out of the zone.
He chops it slowly, third base line, and foul.
How many times do we see that over the years with Hunter? Roll over on a little chopper to the left side and beat it easily.
A bunch. Hunter had a big game against the Astros in Philadelphia back on May 15th with 2 homers, including the game-winning homer in the 10th off Brett Myers. Hunter in this ballpark is 6th on the all-time list of home run hitters with 54 long balls. Lance Berkman with 156, the all-time leader at Minute Maid. In the dirt, and he swings. Castro pounces on it, throws him out for strikeout number 3 for Fernando Rodriguez in a 1-1 game in the 8th.
live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Go to Astros.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, it's baseball everywhere. Brownie, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. Quite an enjoyable game tonight. It's 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Paredes, Wallace, and Castro due up against Matt Cain. Cain in quest of win number 14 of the year. Has allowed 5 hits. He didn't give up a hit until 1 out in the 4th inning. Jimmy Paredes reached on an error in the 1st. He's 0 for 3. It's a devastating changeup for strike 1.
He just really throws that, but he doesn't. Some guys try to guide that changeup in there. He lets it go. He's committed.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cain has made 9 starts this year after the Giant loss. He's 6-0 in those 9 starts. But he's in a dogfight here tonight.
Mike Trout has homered again for the Angels tonight to become the youngest player with 25 homers and 40 steals. Upstairs, Paredes checking the swing. It's 1-2. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago Casilla gets loose. Cain has thrown 102 pitches. 69 have been strikes. Well, back it's still 2-2. The Mets have grabbed the lead with a run in the top of the 10th. Still batting at Philadelphia, leading 6-5. Mike Adams is in for Texas with a 1-0 Ranger lead, top of the 8th against Tampa Bay. Still 2-2.
Ron Washington has to be pleased with the effort he got from Yu Darvish tonight. The Ranger team's been pretty resilient. The A's and Angels at various times have made runs at them, but they've hung in there. In a 5.5 game lead over Oakland. Angels 10 games back entering play tonight.
There's a team in some trouble. Full count now to Jimmy Paredes. Jimmy had 9 walks last year in 168 major league at bats.
Out west, you see the standings. Rangers fairly comfortable over Oakland. Angels, their mind is on the wild card. As is a whole number of teams.
In tight for ball 4. Paredes worked for that one. Fouled off the earlier 3-2 pitch and then laid off that to reach here, and he could be running as he was in the 1st inning when he stole second. That's the 2nd walk for Cain. Ron Wotus positioning Pablo Sandoval. He's bringing him in and closer to the line with Brett Wallace the batter. Wallace is 2 for 3. Double and a single for Brett.
Yeah, you could tell what Wotus telling him. I don't think he's going to bunt, but let's come in anyway just in case. And a little slow chopper that way, you'll be able to cut it off and nail that lead runner at second base.
Wallace hit the ball up the middle sharply for his 6th inning single after that long double to Towles Hill in center in the 4th. Paredes with the lead. That's over shortstop into left center, and Paredes will hold on at second base wisely. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Wallace gets his 3rd straight hit.
Good inside out swing. As Cain tried to beat him with an outside fastball, just serves it into left field. The Astros in business. Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, longtime pitching coach in San Francisco, out to talk with his veteran right-hander. decision time for Tony DeFrancesco to see how he's going to play it here, whether he trusts Castro's ability to get a bunt down. Normally say, well, you can't bunt with your cleanup guy, but Astros don't really have a true cleanup guy. Just happens to be the guy who's in the 4-hole in the lineup tonight.
Tyler Green on deck. You're thinking about bench players because the pitcher spot comes up after Green. Scott Moore, the only other left-handed pinch hitter available. You see the numbers on Kane. Each club with 6 hits now. And Sandoval's in on the grass at third. Belt in tight at first base. Castro has 1 sacrifice bunt this season. Squaring and taking ball 1. Putting this bunt down, third base line, but foul. Castro comes back with a 1-1 count.
That's a good idea. That's where you want to bunt this ball if you can. Push it out towards third base, force Sandoval to come in and play it. Castro's job made easier by the fact that Paredes, the base runner out there at second, can really go.
Bunted, and Kane will look at third and go to first. To Scudero on the sacrifice. Paredes advances to third base. Wallace to second as Castro gets it down from 1 to 4.
A nice job here by Castro, taking enough steam off of that one and forcing Kane to make the play at first base. Again, with Paredes running, it becomes an easier sacrifice situation. You don't have to get down a great bunt.
Now the infielders move in tight with Tyler Green batting. Scott Moore on deck with a pitcher's spot due to follow. Green is 0 for 3. He was robbed by Pagan with that diving catch in the 4th inning in left center.
And working him away all night long, just like that. Clubs desperately seeking that big hit with runners in scoring position. Ooh, he got away with a hanger.
0-2.
A lot of good sliders tonight. This one backed up on him. They swung right through it.
One ball, 2 strikes for Matt Cain. He's at 115 pitches. Giants 6, 7, and 8 hitters are due up in the 9th.
Go back to Tyler's first at bat. It was a lot of breaking stuff away, and then he froze him with a fastball down around the knees over the heart of the plate. Committed to the breaking ball so far in this sequence.
Now it's a full count.
A shot at the outside corner with a two-seam fastball. Just didn't run back to the corner as Kane had hoped.
This ball gets by the catcher Posey, and Paredes comes in to score the go-ahead run. On a wild pitch on ball 4, the Astros take the lead 2-1. And Paredes scampers home with a go-ahead run.
Well, nice job by Tyler Green, recognizing the game plan for the Giants against him. After all those breaking balls, they kept trying to get him to chase one more time after getting the jump on him, and he was able to work the walk. And Posey, a critical error not being able to block that ball.
Kicked high in the air off that wall behind the plate. So it's a wild pitch for Kane, his 4th of the year. It's ball 4 to Green, and that hastens the exit. It's 2-1 Houston as Bruce Bochy goes to his bullpen. We'll be right back. A single, another walk, and on that ball 4, a wild pitch getting by Buster Posey, allowing Jimmy Paredes to score the run that makes it 2-1 Houston. Now the pinch hitter will be Scott Moore, and he's hitting against Santiago Casilla. Casilla 4-5 with 24 saves, but he's moved out of the closer's job and has a 3.04 ERA.
Casilla doing a nice job now in the setup role, and on a pretty good roll here of late. So that low ERA for the month of August, just 1 run allowed in his last 9 appearances. This is his career high 55th appearance.
Scott Moore pinch hitting, 2 for 2 with a walk. He is 0 for his last 21 as he bats for Fernando Rodriguez. Rodriguez in 1 1/3 innings, no hits, no runs, with no walks, striking out 3. He could be the winning pitcher. His win came back on April 30th. Marwin Gonzalez on deck. And it's ball 1.
The key to this inning was Paredes' ability to work that leadoff walk. Laid off a high and inside fastball on 3-2. Down and away, he's probably hacking.
That roller goes foul, and it's a 1-ball-1-strike count for Scott Moore. You see, at 32 years old, from the Dominican Republic. He's pitched 4 times against the Astros this season. Has 2 saves and a blown save. Moore, who started 39 of the Astros' last 52 games, but trying to make an impact here coming off the bench. He takes ball 2, and it's 2-1 for Casilla, who leads all Giant relievers in strikeouts with 47. Even though he's 10th in the league in saves with 24, Casilla has not had a save opportunity his last 13 appearances. He signed with Oakland at the beginning of his career, and the Giants got him as a free agent in 2009. They got to play at second. Here's the throw to Crawford, and Crawford with the tag on Green. Green took off early. Winds up in a rundown for out number 2. Caught stealing from 1 to 6.
Bernie screams and yells that this play never works, but every now and then it does work, as Green was trying to steal a base there to take the double play away from the Giants.
Now 2 outs and a 2-1 count on Scott Moore. Inside for a ball, 3-1. Tony DeFrancesco has a righty and a left-hander warming up in his bullpen with a 2-1 lead.
Next year they won't be able to do that because that play will be illegal.
That's true. And Moore draws a pinch walk.
Tell you what, Posey's lucky he caught that one. The ball in the dirt. He's coming up out of his crouch instead of going down to block it.
Yeah. Wesley Wright and Wilson Lopez are warming up. Marwin Gonzalez is 1 for 3. Belt, Blanco, and Crawford are due up. So all 3 left-handed batters for Bruce Bochy, unless he pinch hits. That's the reason Wesley Wright is working. Wilson Lopez gave up a game-winning homer in the bottom of the 9th Sunday to a left-handed hitter, Ike Davis of the Mets. That was his 2nd inning of work.
Come on. Tim Welke's been tight tonight.
Ball 1 to Gonzalez, who's 1 for 3.
Breaking ball was in there, but call ball 1. Marwin choking up on that bat, looking to play a little pepper with the center fielder.
Tough pitch there, makes it 1-1. Brandon Barnes on deck. Giants, of course, without their closer, Brian Wilson. That has caused a lot of shuffling in their bullpen throughout the season. Pop back and out of play. Lately, Javi Lopez has had a couple saves as a left-hander. Wilson went down Tommy John surgery this year. The Giants have filled in pretty well considering how good he was as their closer, but now it's more of a matchup bullpen for Bruce Bochy. Bouncer to second. Scudero over to Bell. And the Astros break the tie with a run on 1 hit. They leave 2, moving to the 9th. It's 2-1 Houston.
By the Progressive Insurance Group. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. The Astros have a chance to nail one down after scoring in the 8th. A one-run lead to the 9th. Start with a left-hander on the hill. Here's Bill Brown in the booth.
Wesley Wright might get his first save of the year. He is 0-2 with a 3.15 ERA. He's walked 13, fanned 38. Left-handers are hitting .220 against Wesley. This is his 62nd appearance, tied for 4th in the majors. And as he comes in, he has one career save, but he may not be in there. We'll see how the inning progresses here. Wilton Lopez has been warming up as well. He'll start off by facing Belt.
3 consecutive lefties scheduled to bat here in the top of the 9th for Bruce Bochy's Giants, so Tony D will just hang out over there and react to whatever moves Bochy makes, if any.
Both clubs are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position in this game.
2 solo home runs and a wild pitch accounting for the 3 runs.
Right-handed hitting Joaquin Arias is in the on-deck circle.
No, 1 out of 5 off Wesley with that home run that came earlier this year in San Francisco.
That's a strike. It evens the count at 1-1 on Bell.
So pitching with a lot of confidence. He's been on a nice roll. It's a money pitch for him there, the way he's able to sling that ball over the outside edge against a lefty hitter.
His last outing Friday night in New York went well. He got a hold with a 3-1 lead and a scoreless inning in the 7th. Up the middle, and that will trickle on into center field past Altuve for a Belt leadoff single. Hit number 7 for the Giants.
This one all that hard, but well placed.
Now Joaquin Arias is the pinch hitter for Gregor Blanco. Tony DeFrancesco will make a move. The right-handed hitter coming up. He has Wilton Lopez in the bullpen. He's going to bring him out of that bullpen to face Arias with a 2-1 lead right after this.
Get you ready for kickoff. Then Heisman Trophy front runner Matt Barkley and the #1 ranked USC Trojans take their first step on the road to a national title as they take on Hawaii. Premier of College Football Saturday this week, Saturday at 6 p.m. Central on the Fox Television Network.
Wilton Lopez on the mound. Joaquin Arias, the pinch hitter here for Gregor Blanco. The throw goes over to first. It's a little bit wide to Brett Wallace with Brandon Belt, the runner. It's 2-1 Astros. As Lopez comes in 5-2 with a 2.31 ERA, 2 saves and 4 opportunities.
It's wild to keep an eye on Belt. He's got 10 steals this year. He's only been caught once.
Up the left field line, deep into the corner. Here's Belt coming to third. Tim Flannery's going to send him to the plate. Here's the relay from Tyler Green, and it's not in time. The game is tied at 2. Arias winds up with a pinch RBI double, and the Giants have tied it.
That didn't take long. Arias coming off the bench, jumping on the first pitch he sees. Boy. Good base running there by Belt, going hard, giving his third base coach a chance to send him home because it was a pretty late decision by Tim Flannery. He can't afford to have his guy thrown out with nobody out, so he took a good long look and watched this play develop, and it's not till the end, right there. And Flannery sends him home and then chases him home. Flannery basically running down the line saying, "You better score, my job's on the line. You get thrown out, I'm being fired."
Now it's Crawford.
He looked like Sergeant Carter chasing Gomer Pyle. Just screaming at him the whole way.
Well, Arias came through in a big way to tie this game. That was hit number 8 for the Giants. Now they have nobody out. He's at second. Pinch hitter getting ready to come up next after Crawford bats. Hector Sanchez on deck. Showing bunt he takes.
Now just trying to get that man to third base, and here's Flannery. That's tough for a base runner because you don't know what to do. You're on your coach, but you don't want to go around the bag too far. If you're not being sent and that throw comes in behind you, you're vulnerable to a tag play back at the bag. A bit of a risky send there by Flannery. An accurate throw, and there might have been a play at the plate.
Flannery, a long-time San Diego Padre, hustling infielder. Bruce Bochy there as a coach at San Diego. The bunt goes foul. 1-2. Matt Cain in 7 1/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, walking 3, fanning 5, and he now gets out of this with a no decision. Crawford 0 for 3, doesn't have the ball out of the infield. His mission is to get that runner to third base, but he's down in the count 1-2.
The run that came home charged to Wesley Wright. Arias representing the go-ahead run, obviously belongs to Wilton Lopez. Crawford couldn't get the bunt down. See what they have him doing here with 2 strikes.
Foul ball. Keeps it at a 1-2 count.
It's a tough position for the hitter because you'd like to be able to hit the ball to the right side to advance the base runner. But with 2 strikes, you tend to want to stay back to protect so you don't get fooled. And if you're in that stay back mode, it's tough to pull the ball for a left-handed hitter to the right side.
Sergio Romo, a right-hander, is warming up for the Giants. Strike 3. Crawford caught looking for out number 1.
Tough trip to the plate for Crawford, and a nice job by Lopez bouncing back after giving up that game-tying double.
Now switch-hitting catcher Hector Sanchez comes up. 22-year-old receiver. 4 for 12 as a pinch hitter with 3 runs batted in, 2 doubles for Sanchez in these roles.
Hitting .261 overall in the year. He can swing it a little bit. Switch hitter.
He's had 165 at bats. That's ball 1 as he pinch hits here for Casilla. Casilla went 1/3 of an inning. He allowed no hits, no runs with 1 walk, no strikeouts. Sanchez was the catcher for Barry Zito when the Astros were in San Francisco earlier this year, so he may get the call for Zito's game tomorrow night. Strike for Lopez. That evens the count at 1-1. With Romo warming up. And the Astros in the bottom of the ninth now will have Barnes, Bogusevic, and Altuve due up. Crack bat, looping hit into shallow center field. Here comes Arias to the plate. Barnes will not make a throw, and the Giants have the lead 3-2. On a broken bat single by the pinch hitter Hector Sanchez.
Great production off the Giant bench tonight. First Arias, now Sanchez coming through with huge clutch hits. Sanchez just a little flare, but it got the job done.
That's his 29th RBI. And he leaves for pinch hitter Francisco Peguero. Arias getting home to give the Giants the lead. Sanchez back to some fist bumps and high fives after his big hit off the bench. And there's Peguero pinch running for him.
Still just one out in the inning.
Angel Pagan's had a big night, a double and a homer to go with a walk. And Peguero has displayed good speed in the minor leagues. Pagan 3 for 7 against this pitcher he's facing right now, Wilson Lopez. Peguero just came up to the big leagues on Saturday. And soft one goes out of play. Strike one to Pagan. Peguero was recalled from Fresno to take the roster spot of Justin Christian. And Bruce Bochy wanted a faster runner as he goes for more than a one-run lead. One ball, one strike.
Meanwhile, out in Denver, the Rockies comfortably ahead of the Dodgers 8-2 after 7.
Bochy's club could have a 3.5 game lead by the end of the night. The Astros 13-24 in one-run games. The Giants 24-17. Bouncer high, going foul. Going to the right as it did so, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. It's Detroit 8, Kansas City 8. They're in the 8th. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Giants have won 2 games this year when they've trailed after 8 innings. And the throw goes over. They trailed 2-1 going into the ninth. Now they lead by 1. Their record when trailing after 8 innings this year is 2-50. Foul back, still 2-2. Typically, Bruce Bochy's teams have been strong finishing clubs. Last year, though, they finished 8 games out of the lead in the NL West in second place.
Just spoiling that 2-seamer, that runner moving away from him.
After 3, the Angels in Anaheim lead Boston 2-1. Jared Weaver on the mound. Mike Trout hit his 25th home run for Boston. Jared Saltalamacchia hit number 22. Now back again, still 2-2. Cincinnati and Arizona have played 4.5. In Phoenix, it's 3-1 Reds. Johnny Cueto on the mound. Atlanta got a run in the first and leads at San Diego after 3.5, 1-0. Chris Medlin pitching. The Mets got a 4th spot in the 10th and beat the Phillies on the road 9-5. Bobby Parnell winning.
Utley and Howard homered for the Phils tonight, each hitting their 9th. Shopik number 2 for the Mets, and Baxter hit his first.
Hector Ambrose is warming up for Houston. Runner takes off. Pitch hit in the air, foul. Marwin Gonzalez right there at the rail snags it. 2 outs.
Lengthy battle, ultimately won by Lopez with an assist to Marwin. Tough play right up there against the visiting dugout.
Two down now, and it's Scudero. Scudero's 2 for 4. Tony DeFrancesco's on his way. Wilton Lopez has thrown 18 pitches, 13 have been strikes. He's going to give up the baseball. Hector Ambrose is going to move his way in. Tough night for Lopez. He came in with a 1-run lead. Now it's San Francisco 3, Houston 2. Back in a moment. Are entertained. They're actually playing the bongo drums superimposed up on the big screen. In case you wondered, Hector Ambrose is warming up. He comes in with a runner at first, and the Giants have taken the lead 3-2. Saturday against the Mets, he worked a hitless inning and threw 20 pitches.
Get this out, get in the dugout. Stroh scored 2, and you pick up a W.
Sounds like a plan for Hector.
I'm guessing Tony made this move simply to save Lopez some pitches and ensure his availability for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Scudero's got good numbers against Lopez, but they wouldn't have had that many confrontations.
1.
Yeah.
0 for 1. Strike 1 to Scudero. Kelvin Nash hit his 28th home run for Lancaster tonight. It was a grand slam. Peguero drawing a little throw. It's an 0-1 count on Scudero. 9 hits for the Giants, 6 for the Astros. 2 errors, both belonging to San Francisco in this game. That's a ball to even the count at 1-1. The Giants are trying to make this their 15th road win in their last 20. They've lost 12 of their last 18 at home, kind of a flip-flop, but nonetheless, they're 71-57. The top dog in the NL West. They've gone 7-4 since losing Melky Cabrera to the 50-game suspension. In the dirt, and the runner started. Now Peguero goes back to first. 2-1.
A nice job there by Castro, first blocking and then pouncing on that ball. It's time though, if you're Peguero, it would make sense to be aggressive in a situation like that.
Bouncer third. Marwin Gonzalez to second. Altuve there to take his throw for the third out. And the Giants, coming from behind, get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave a man. It's 3-2 after 8.5. And the Giants have made some changes to try to preserve this lead. Francisco Peguero, who pinch ran for Sanchez after his pinch RBI single, stays in to play left field. And Joaquin Arias, after pinch hitting with the double for Gregor Blanco, stays in to play third base for Pablo Sandoval. And Sergio Romo becomes the new pitcher. He's pitcher number 3 of the night for the Giants.
He is a slider monster, boy. He'll throw you one after another. Fastball, in terms of velocity, is below average, 87, 88 miles an hour. But that slider is his best weapon. He throws it about 2/3 of the time.
As he checks around and goes to work, it's his 5th appearance against the Astros this year with an ERA of 0 against Houston. Brandon Barnes is 0 for 3 tonight. Ryan Bogusevic on deck. Jose Altuve due up third in the Astros 9th, trailing by a run. There's the first slider, and it's strike one to Barnes. Romo's 29 years old. He was born in Brawley, California. Mesa State College. There's a second slider, and it's 0-2.
Makes him a little bigger, a little changes speeds with it a little bit. Maintaining the long tradition of bearded closers for the Giants, dating all the way back to Brian Wilson.
There's the third slider, and it's 1-2. Is he up to Larry Anderson proportions with percentage of sliders?
He might be. I don't know. Similar game plan.
Good setup man last year for the Giants. And he gets a strikeout. One out.
I think what happens with the hitters, they know he throws so many sliders, so they know it's coming. Well, I can hit that slider. And they see it, and they go out and try to hit it, and it's 6 inches off the plate.
Ryan Bogusevic drew a pinch walk in the 7th inning. Jose Altuve's on deck. Giants have 9 hits to the Astros 6. San Francisco 2 errors. Houston none. Each club has left 8. Each club has had a rough time hitting with men in scoring position until the Giants came up in the 9th. They had been 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position until then. There's a throw over to first, and Scudero takes care of out number 2. And now the Giants 1 out away from their 72nd win. Be facing Jose Altuve, and he has been held hitless tonight. Has not gotten the ball out of the infield. 0 for 4. Romo's ERA in the road is 0.86. Has the highest strikeout to walk ratio of any active relief pitcher. 5.42 strikeouts per walk.
Ooh, he crossed him up with a little two-seam fastball.
Jimmy Paredes on deck. In the air, and Brandon Belt heads for foul territory, and the Giants win it in come from behind fashion. They get 2 in the top of the 9th and hold off the Astros to win the opener of this series 3-2. Clutch hitting rally, and the pinch hitters came through. Arias tying it with a pinch RBI double. Sanchez giving them the lead with a pinch RBI single. Final score: Giants 3, Astros 2.